Hello. Hello. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Good morning, everybody, on this very, very early Sunday morning. It is awesome to see every single shining face, both here and the faces I can visualize on the live stream thanks to Blaze Streaming Media. We're just getting through our safety checks. For those of you who can't see all the numbers at home, today we were having Junction City Roller Dolls Trainwrecks versus the Ark Valley High Rollers All-Stars. For Junction City, the lovely ladies in white, we have... First, we have some fabulous train cheering, and then we have 000 Tic Tac Flow, 13 Mel Fista, 23 Volga Vixen, 253 Mayhem Miller, number 3 Slayer Cake, 310 Malibu Harpy, 329 Roll X, 33 Josie Ken Suckerho, 338 Beatrix, 49 Canadian Bacon, 603 Lady Shadley, 777 Colonel Skirts, and 821 Pickle. For the Ark Valley High Rollers, the lovely athletes in black, we have 1000 Smasher 2 Smithereens, 13 Soccer Balls, 15 Charlie Bronson, 1876 Miss Colorado, number 2 Mary Skankster, 217 Anita Hitterbitch, number 30 Shook Me All Night, 40 Queen LaBeacher, 420 Natty Dread, 454 Lead Betty, 5 Zoom Flume, 63 Killer B, 610 Pain in the Bass, 711 Nacho Sleaze. And they are off and instantly into a lead jammer with Pain in the Bass. My accent will struggle with that one.
You have derailed. We're not even a minute into the bout yet. And Ichabod Splain has already derailed. But I'll tell you who didn't derail, Junction City right now, starting things off early, not even 30 seconds in, and that's 4 points on the board for the girls in white.
Toot toot.
Oh, do we have to immediately go to there?
We have to go straight to there without remorse, with zero regrets.
Good call. Good call.
All right. And on the jammer line now for the Junction City Trainwrecks, we have Malibu Hoppy. And bent low, we have number 5, Zoom Flume, for the Ark Valley High Rollers.
Both jammers smashed into the back of this pack. Looks like Junction's going to try for it. Yeah, we've got a lead jammer right now. Junction City right off the bat.
Malibu Hoppy doing a quick equipment adjustment as she gets through. Malibu Hoppy assessing that wall of black, tries for the inside, gets swiftly knocked out, smartly calls it, but not before getting 3 points.
So this is completely the wrong thing I'm looking at here. I'm wondering... I was wondering if I was still drunk or hungover, and now I realize that I'm just looking at the wrong sheet now.
When in doubt, go for both.
Now we're ready to rock.
I'm high on life.
Oh boy.
And now up on the jam line, we have once again 710 Pain in.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce. I'm going to let you.
Pain in the Bass.
Yeah, you're going to be the one that has to pronounce that every single time because.
Pain in the Bars.
Yeah, it makes me happy.
Up against Mayhem Miller for the Junction City Trainwrecks.
There you go. And speak of the devil, Mayhem Miller right now looking to get towards the front of the pack, instead getting introduced to the flat track the fast way. Gravity taking hold, and now lead jammer spot is going to go to Pain in the Bass.
Meanwhile,
for the ladies in black.
Junction City down a skater with a low block for Colonel Skirts. Oh, and nicely through on the inside. 4 points for Pain in the Bass.
There you go. Say it. Folks, if you want an early morning cookie fix, the Girl Scouts of America are here right at the entrance to the beer garden.
Nom, nom,
yeah,
nom,
the
nom,
perfect
nom.
position for them. Got some Girl Scouts just to the left of the announcer's booth here. Check them out. Get yourself some of those tag-alongs or Samoas. Eat the entire box and don't be ashamed. That's what I say you do today.
And now up on the jam line, we have Zoom Flume for Ark Valley. And Pickle fighting against that fierce wall of 4. One skater inverted in that powerful kickstand position for swiftly flipping to more neatly control.
It is early. Lady Shatterly actually had recycled the jammer to the back of the pack, but then she herself got called and now sits in the penalty box. That left the door wide open now. And we see here as Ark Valley skates away, attempting to get some of those points on the board. Zoom Flume stops the jam with 0 points. Not about to let the ladies in white come back in and get those points on the board.
Pickle waiting till the last minute to call it, to burn off time on that penalty box, I'd say. And
yeah,
once again, it is Payne in the bass.
They're doing this for you.
So I love her name. It's just that we don't refer to things that way in Australia.
Malibu Harpy on the jam line right now for the ladies in white.
Payne
runs into a big, tough line.
Meanwhile, Payne in the bass goes to that outside line brief and then smartly steps to the end to grab lead jammer.
Malibu, big, strong wall up front, trying to break through it. Nothing doing, though. Stymied at the back of the pack. On the outside line, though, Payne in the bass comes on through.
Nicely done there. Sees the line, just takes it. I think she was skating so quietly they couldn't even hear her. Just, shh. That's a technical term.
That was excellent. Everybody, the listeners at home, enjoy, please, if you will, the sound effects provided by Ichabod Splain. By the way, welcome, viewers at home who are catching this on the stream. Blaze Streaming Media providing an amazing stream this year. We're doing both tracks, only one track right now, because that's all we've got right now. But track 2 will open up at about 10 o'clock, I think.
We love you, Blaze. Beatrix on the jam line for Trainwrecks. Up against Zoom Flume. Zoom Flume recycled to the back.
That's Beatrix, your lead jammer, skating through. It was one blocker to beat, and she did that.
Zoom Flume getting whipping herself off the hip of her buddies, takes the inside.
Mel Pfister taking a trip to the sin bin. I think she called her own penalty. It looked like maybe an elbow. I saw her actually call herself out. It was interesting.
Okay, so it looks like Tic Tac Flow being kept on the track for a pack destruction because it's important to have skaters on the track and the box is full.
It is important. Thank you for that. That was well said, well spoke. We've got number 821, Pickle, on the jam line.
Pickle with a lot of work ahead of her to help out her blockers. And comes to his lead jam. That is exactly what you want when you're at a 4-2 disadvantage.
Better believe it. Both jammers skating away in the open field here, looking to score some of those points. And Pickle makes contact, followed closely by Payne in the back. Pickle calling it off, though, the moment she made contact. Both these jammers for both teams, making some heads-up plays here, being very pack-aware of the opposing jammer at all times.
And on the good side, Junction City now has an opportunity to clear the penalty box and get more people processed through. On the downside, it's now a 4-1 pack disadvantage, or advantage to Ark Valley.
That was some quick math. I'm impressed, lady.
I math hard.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Malibu Harpy trying to get jump off the line, instead running into a big wall of black, and nothing's happening for her. Go ahead.
Nacho Sleaze held up for a pretty impressive amount of time, given that was one-on-one defense. Gets through to be lead jammer. Every second when it's on one-on-one is useful and valuable in terms of managing the clock. A little bit more assistance now. And I don't know about you, but sometimes in the early morning, I think about beer and pizza. Toad House Pizza Beer Garden. If you are 21 or over, head up to the beer garden.
They're not open right now.
And wait for them to be open.
You're a liar.
Enjoy the view. Tell them we love them. Tell them we announced them really, really well.
If you are in the Brampton area, though, and you're not watching Roller Derby, check them out. Toad House Pizza. They've got the best pizza and the most beer here in the Kitsap area in the Safeway parking lot just down the road from this venue. It looks like we're in a power jam. That was a back block called on Mayhem Miller, setting up the power jam here. And Ark Valley's going to skate away unopposed. 5 points on the board.
A very challenging situation for Colonel Skirts here. Only skater on the track. Now getting a little bit of help from her friends. 2 is better than 1.
You are full of nuggets of something. Maybe wisdom? I don't know.
Just nuggets.
Okay.
I'm just full of nuggets. No pack is called and they have to let it go. 5 points, Ark Valley.
Oh, man. That was for all of you directors and media operators who were wearing headphones at the time. Ichabod Splain says, hi, how you doing?
We love you, Blue Streaming Media. I hope your eardrums are okay.
Right now, I love Pain in the Bass. 5 more points on the board, and Ark Valley is taking full advantage of this power jam. It's a 15-point jam right now.
Ark Valley down a blocker for a back block, I believe. That's 217, Anita Hitovich. Out of play called, and they have to let Payne in the boss. Is that right? Did I say it right?
I'm not going to confirm or deny anything you're saying right now.
Okay, okay.
We do have both jammers on the field, though, and that's good news. Skaters being thrown to the penalty box as we see it, but all offense all the time right now. Mayhem, back-to-back jammers there. They were neck and neck for a moment, but it looks like the only people scoring right now are Ark Valley. That was Pain in the Bass with a 30-point jam.
30 points!
And this is an official timeout. Official timeout called because the referees wanted to give Ichabod Splain a penalty, a major penalty right now.
For terrible sound effects.
You've seen it for the first time here.
Toot, toot.
Yeah, the announcer will be relegated to the penalty box. We apologize, everyone, for what you have to listen to right now.
Do you know what that would do to the paperwork? Think of the paperwork.
Oh, are we going to just go there right now? You're all about the rules and such.
Always, all the time. Rules, sound effects.
Oh, boy. I'll tell you what.
Struggling to say those American sounds with the R in them.
You and your ah.
Yeah.
I love your ahs.
You're just a nation of pirates. With your cars and your beers.
Yeah. I'm gonna actually say something that's worthwhile. I'm gonna mix in things that are actually true amongst the lies and strange things you're hearing us say right now. I'm gonna talk about the Washington Health Plan Finder right now. More people than ever before are now eligible for low-cost or free health insurance. Check out the booth to the left of me, Washington Health Plan Finder. They'll be giving away posters and such all weekend long.
Nacho Sleaze on the jam line for Ark Valley with Pickle for the train wrecks in white. I get confused when I watch the stream. I really like
I get confused just standing next to you.
I like knowing what color is which.
Who isn't confused on the flat track right now? I'll tell you. It's Pickle.
Pickle has no confusion. She knows what color she's wearing. She knows what the friendly side is. She takes that friendly side, skates, glides through for 4 points.
Goodness gracious. That's what Junction Valley wanted to see here. Keeping the drive alive. Going to tighten up this score. We've just got under 20 minutes left to go in the first period. All kinds of time left for Junction City.
It's always interesting these early minutes of the game how the teams suss each other out, sound each other out, how they get into people's heads.
Exactly. Stay out of my head. Looks like Malibu Harpy on the jam line for the girls in white.
And that means it's Pain in the Bass.
Yep.
For the Ark Valley High Rollers. But it's Malibu Harpy who's through to be lead jammer.
Pain in the Bass trying to get by those last few skaters there.
Oh, some nice teamwork there. Strong wall with one skater just womping around. I'm sure there's a technical term. I'm going to call it the womp, though. Three wall with a very aggressive person. That's your womper.
I don't speak Australian. I might need an interpreter
okay.
for womping. In either case, though, 5 points being womped onto the flat track right now by Malibu Harpy as she smashes into that pack. Can't quite make it through to end that jam. She calls it off, but not before scoring 3 points.
Nicely done. Some very agile hip work there to just squeak it far enough forward.
Beatrix, we just saw some agile hip work from Beatrix, by the way, on the jam line, dancing her way onto the jam line. I actually got to hang out with a couple of these ladies last night at the after party. I remember parts of it.
Nacho Sleaze on the jam line for Arc Valley. Poised to go for that outside, but that is a very strong wall from the Trainwrecks.
That's right. Look at Beatrix, though. To the outside, back to the inside again. That's your lead jammer, skating away from the pack.
The Trainwrecks going for that 3-wall with one person inverted into a kickstand. And it briefly falls apart, but then they manage to get it back. Some very nice hits there, forcing a recycle.
It was. Well played by Beatrix. That was some heads-up derby. Skating on through, getting those points, calling it off. And we see Junction City here chipping away at the score here early on in this bout. It's Pickle on the jam line for the ladies in white.
And Payne in the bass. For the Arc Valley High Rollers.
That's never going to get old.
Am I saying it right?
I'm not going to say.
Okay.
I'm not going to answer you. I don't know if any of us are actually saying anything right now.
I'm trying very hard. I just want you to know that. And it is Payne in the bass, going through to be lead jammer.
Excellent. Followed closely by Junction City, skating away on her scoring pass as well. That's Pickle.
Failure to reform on Natty Dread, taking the pack to a 3-2 situation.
Once again, we see neither jammer is willing to give up any points to the opposing team. They're just going to skate through, and they're going to call it off. They're not going to try for a back and forth here, and that's what it takes sometimes. This is a nice clean derby. Or maybe not clean, maybe that's not the right word since the penalty box is starting to fill up, but maybe smart heads-up derby. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Malibu Harpy on the jam line for Junction City.
And Flume Zoom Flume on the jam line for Arc Valley.
It depends on what hemisphere you're in. You can pronounce it either way, I think.
Zoom Flume almost getting past that line of defense. Colonel Skirts hits her out, but unfortunately goes down, so she cannot hold and own that superior position, allowing Zoom Flume to just step back onto the track.
Killer B with just a brick wall on the inside line there, stopping Malibu Harpy, but Malibu Harpy decides she's going to go ahead and call it off. I don't think either team scored points during that jam.
Smartly done.
Nice.
A little bit of panty throwing on the track. It's always good to have a pivot. I like a pivot.
As long as I'm announcing, that is always encouraged and allowed.
Awesome. And that is Payne in the Parse, Arc Valley.
Oh boy. Mayhem Miller, her opposing jammer, but Payne in the bass, skating on through. Mayhem Miller's just stopped at the back. Nice reciprocal block there going on. Open up a hole for her, but she is recycled once again to the back of the pack. Meanwhile, Payne in the bass on the inside line, skates on through. That's 5 points on the board.
Very fast pack here. Both teams getting an opportunity to have more of their players on the track as the penalty box empties.
The pack now readying itself for the opposing jammer. 2-wall up front. We'll see what Junction City can make of it. And Payne in the bass is just going to go ahead and call it off, but not before scoring 2 points. Yeah, this is happening right now. Tell you what else is happening. Fingers Duke is happening, man. They produce all kinds of amazing designs and graphics. Check them out online at fingersduke.com. Remember, they like a challenge, and they are open to accepting any and all projects within their reach.
On the jam line now, we have Pickle in white for the Trainwrecks against Zoom Flume in black for the Arc Valley High Rollers.
On the outside line, Pickle getting out of a pickle there, untouched as she skates around now, your lead jammer.
Zoom Flume struggling to find her way with Colonel Skirts keeping a careful eye on the situation and steering her companions around. Some sternum on sternum action here. Very, very careful, very precise work. Playing just enough force to hold back but not get a direction of gameplay. And manages to hold her all the way into being swallowed back up to the pack, forcing a complete recycle. Nicely done.
That's right. If there was slow music playing, I would have thought we were at my prom again. That was some amazing dancing up there. Some more amazing dancing, though, means 5 points on the board for Junction City.
Zoom Flume continuing to struggle. This now against a 4-wall.
And 5 more points thrown up onto the board. Junction City continuing to chip away at this score. We're seeing here with about 13 minutes left to go in the first period.
A lot of precise action from Colonel Scott's, but one of them was a little bit stationary or in the wrong direction. She's being sent off for a direction of gameplay.
I always get confused what direction they're supposed to be skating in. They need arrows or something on the track. Pickle doesn't need any arrows, though. She knows exactly what direction she's going in, and that's good for 5 more points. Look at this. We got a 15-point jam right here, and she...
Pickle calling that off while in the air.
But yeah, I thought perhaps she was taken down by a sniper's bullet or something there, but no, she's fine. She got right back up after flying off the flat track.
Some fantastic skating this early in the morning.
I can't even imagine being on the flat track right now this early with roller skates on my feet.
Adrenaline makes us stronger.
That would be terrifying and hilarious to all involved.
If you like, I'll punch you. That might help get the juices flowing. Pain in the bass for Ark Valley, straight through to be lead jammer.
Malibu Harpy stuck in about the middle of the pack here, trying to find an open hole, but Ark Valley is not making it easy. Sorry. Anita hit there with some parting shots along with Ledbetty.
Pain in the bass with a neat leap near the apex, comes through to score 4 points and quickly calls it off.
As the score stands now, Junction City 42 points, tightening it up considerably here against Ark Valley's 60 points. Got about 11 and a half minutes left to go in the first period, and I want to thank you all who are watching us online for waking up this early in the morning and checking out some roller derby here on day 3 of the Wild West Showdown.
And big thanks to all of you in Meat Space as well. We love your fleshy, meaty faces.
Nothing virtual about what's happening right now. Beatrix looking for the outside line. She does find it. I think the pack got split up there a little too much, and that's going to let her free as she skates away your lead jammer.
Zoom Flume seeking some manages to get a little bit of leeway on the outside, but is held back with some powerful sternum checking there by number 1-3 Melfista.
Some great assisting blocking there means Beatrix gets to skate away with 5 points. And Junction City is seriously on a mission here to come back and tighten up this score, but now stymied by Anita. Beatrix calls it off, not before scoring 4 more points. Folks, it's a 9-point match right now.
With very fast jams. We've got 10 minutes left. We've had 18 jams so far.
That is fast.
It is. The NSOs might run out of paperwork. This is
No, they
just
start writing on the table, actually. I've seen them do that. They just go right off the sheet onto the table.
We'd normally tattoo it on our arms. 5 seconds is called. We have 710 Pain in the bass.
Excellent. That looks like Pickle up front there trying, but ending up in a little bit of a pile up there on turn 1 and skating right out of her boots as she tries to get back up, but finding the outside line again. Pickle, unstoppable, coming through that pack and looking to score those points.
Pain in the bass, up on her toe stops, very agilely trying to work her way around. Almost goes for the inside a couple of times, but notes the agility of the train wrecks and does not take the candy smartly, stepping back to the in so she doesn't get pushed out. Finally finding her edge on the outside to come through on her initial pass. Don't take the candy.
I don't know. I'd take the candy.
Take the candy. If you take the candy, just take it.
I do it, yeah. 2 points right at the end there. And that was pretty close. It was a great second effort there by Ark Valley as Pickle skates away and calls it off just in time. We may be in the midst of an official review. We are in an official review called by Junction City. This official review could get crazy. It could get crazy skates. I'm talking about crazy skates. It's brought to you by the skaters that are the lifeblood of this sport. CrazySkateCo.com online, or check them out if you happen to be here in this venue during the weekend. It stands to reason that they built their products around their requirements and they're here to help. They look forward to being of service to the skating industry as a whole.
And they have been. They even helped out a referee yesterday whose plate broke, and so he he got some loaner crazy skates, so he can come and do his job.
That is crazy.
Yay! Oh, and we just found out Pickle got loaner skates as well. That is really awesome.
That's awesome.
Which also means she's skating on brand new skates, which is very,
right?
very impressive. Yeah, the whole break-in adjustment period happening right now.
Pickle skating on brand new skates, I think is... There you go.
Broke yesterday on brand new skates today. That is so amazing.
That's right.
I think I would be smeared across the track right now. And it's not her first time either.
I can't even imagine doing that. I don't think I could wear shoes that had wheels on the bottoms of them. I have a hard enough time standing straight upright as it is.
I like the armor aspect. I love the armor aspect.
Armor first, then maybe we'll talk about wearing skates.
I look at people in the rink without knee pads and I'm like, are you insane? Why would you do that?
Sonia Face approaching the announcer's table now. She's going to clear things up for us. We're going to figure out exactly what's going on the flat track with this official review. The skaters now awaiting the word as well, as we see now Junction City's coaching staff on the flat track trying to bring some type of semblance to the anarchy that's going on.
So the results of that official review were around the jammer was as she was calling it off, she skated out of bounds to avoid a hit. The jam is not over until the fourth whistle blows. If you skate out of bounds to avoid a hit, that is a skating out of bounds penalty, and you sit for a minute in the box.
Excellent. Thank you for clearing that up. You know, and I think to clear something else up, thinking about what I actually said, I believe I misspoke. Junction City's coaching staff was not on the flat track. That was Ark Valley. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, and neither does anyone else. Let's just roll with it.
It's because he's wearing a fabulous white shirt, but there is a black armband.
Trying to trick us over here.
It's an understandable mistake. So now we have a power jam in Ark Valley's favor. 710, Pain in the Bass, fighting against the last two, comes through for a lead jammer. Trainwreck's very smartly deciding not to chase her to the extent of getting an out of play.
Bouncing off her fellow skaters and then ramming into a wall of white up front. They're going to try for the bridge so as not to destroy this pack if possible, but Pain in the Bass is just fighting for every inch of that flat track. Did she stay in bounds?
Oh, so close and yet so far.
Yeah.
That would be a blocking out of play for Colonel Skirts. That's the trouble when you're so effective. You can be so effective.
I've never been accused of that. Not once. Pain in the Bass decides she's had about enough of this, calls it off with 4 points. Bringing that up to a 9-point total, and we've got about 8 minutes left to go until halftime. Junction City 59, Ark Valley 69.
Such a close game.
It is. This is an awesome game to have right here early in the morning on day 3 of the Wild West Showdown, and we love it. Every minute of it.
Now we have Nacho Sleaze on the jammer line. Pushing against a wall of 2.
We're seeing that again with Ark Valley. They're saying, hey, it's all up to you, jammer. I'm going to leave it to you. And that's been effective so far in these power jams we've seen. Right now, Pickle back out there, but looks like she'll be recycled way back by Sack there. Soccer balls.
For a major assist on Nacho Sleaze. Power jam now in the Trainwreck's favor. Toot toot.
Oh, there it is. There it is. You are quite the engineer. I want to say that right now.
Pickle doing an interesting pirouette as she assesses it.
That was fantastic. Apparently it worked too, because she finds her way smartly through the pack for 5 points.
Doing a neat pirouette on brand new skates.
Oh, I see what you did there. Pickle trying to find that open hole, being bounced around outside, inside, back out again. She does smash through that pack quite effectively.
And great pack awareness there around where it was safe to come in and not needing to run further back.
Well done. This time Ark Valley says, no, we're waiting for you. Led Betty there up front. pushing her friendly skaters around there as battering rams. Trying to do a parting shot there with a hip check on Pickle, but Pickle says not a problem. 5 more points on the board. Look at this. Junction City has ramped up the score. We've got a lead change as Pickle is going for even more points. Trying to break through that strong front wall there. They've got to let her go as it is a split pack.
Out of play call there, so Pickle coming through for another 25 points.
22-5 points. That's a mathematical term.
And a back-to-back power jam. Nacho Sleaze sent off for a cut track penalty. And the jam is called for time.
That may have been, the first jam that ended naturally. Well, I don't know if anything's ending naturally or beginning naturally right now on the flat track, but it ended. That's the one thing that I know for sure. Another thing I know for sure is that Malibu Harpy is on that jam line during the Junction City Power Jam right here. Jam 21 in the first period here. We've got about 5 minutes left to go until halftime. And we've got a little adjustment on the scoreboard here. That was a 23-point jam last time. So that's going to be 82 points for Junction City to Ark Valley's 74.
A false start has been assessed on 2-3 Volga Vixen. She is technically one entire lap ahead of the pack. So to yield her advantage, she has to go back behind at least one of the Ark Valley High Rollers.
Whatever you say, lady. We'll buy that for $1. Or 5 points. $5, 5 points, whatever it takes. Malibu Harpy now smashing into the back of this pack, trying to get by. We've been seeing some amazing blocking by Ark Valley, but we've also been seeing these Junction City jammers able to just wear down the front line. And we see it here again happen as Malibu Harpy is set free for 5 points, and she calls it off as we start to wind down this first period of roller derby. Once again, if you're just now joining us on the interwebs, it is early in the morning over here in the Pacific Northwest. On day 3 of the Wild West Showdown, we've seen Junction City Roller Dolls actually overcome their points disadvantage, I guess, is a pretty stupid way to say that, but yeah, they stand now at 92 points in either case, up to Ark Valley 74. Ark Valley has had a jammer in the box for a while now, and that's been beneficial to Junction City as they're now capitalizing on this, setting Beatrix up to the front of the pack.
Nacho Sleaze, freshly returned from the penalty box, full of fire, challenging that final line, and comes through to be lead jammer.
Beatrix on her scoring pass now as well, and it looks like, well, we almost have a full pack going on for both teams.
Nacho Sleaze, seeing that opening on the inside, steps through, grabs 4 points, and calls it.
Junction City definitely taking hold of the momentum that's carried them through those power jams and is going to ride it up. Looks like they are almost to a 100-point score there. They might try and break through before the period ends. A little bit of time to do it as Pickle now takes her turn on the jam line.
Up against Pain in the Bass. Bass, did I say it right? You're laughing at me.
No, I'm sorry. I like the trepidatious way you just keep saying it. I think that's what's the most entertaining thing about it.
It feels very strange. I'm trying to sound American.
Don't bother. That's not why the listeners have tuned in, okay? They don't want to hear you sounding like an American. They want to watch Pickle sounding like the lead jammer is what they want to see. And that's exactly what's going on right now.
Pain in the Bass up against the final line. Held for as long as possible before getting to his lead. The initial pass. She's not the lead. My brain said one thing, my tongue said another.
I tell you what, I am in a bit of a haze right now, but nonetheless, 2 more points on the board for Junction City.
I'm just too full of excitement to be announcing with you, Double Up.
I'm full of something. We'll say excitement, I guess.
Did we ever actually introduce ourselves?
You know, I prefer not to. I don't want anyone here to be accessories after the fact and be able to identify me possibly in a lineup later on.
Is that why we're wearing bandit masks?
That's right. I think we had a conversation similar to that yesterday about, the big striped pajamas and whatnot. Malibu Harpy skating into a wall of black up front.
But Zoom Flume tests the inside, tests the outside, grabs the inside to become lead jammer. Some great lateral agility there to find the perfect sweet spot. And it looks like that's a forearm has been called on Malibu Harpy.
That's going to set up a big power jam here in the closing moments of the first period. And that's what Ark Valley wants here. They want to tighten up this score, get the ball back in their favor, as it were.
Great. Great opportunity to grab. They're fighting to who goes into the second half with the most momentum. Who has the happiest locker room? I think both the locker rooms should be pretty happy at the half because we've been seeing some great play, some great adjustments from both teams.
You better believe it. Yeah, we're going to see some amazing stuff in the second half. That is to be sure. Lady Shatterly doing nothing but giving fits here to the offensive play.
And that looks like it's the Trainwreck's down a skater for a direction of gameplay clockwise block. Out of play called, and they have to let Zoom Flume go.
Look at Junction City, though. The defense just holding on to every inch of this flat track. They're not letting Zoom Flume have anything for free, as now she's going to try it all over again.
Some very careful work here to maintain just the right amount of force. Very precise work required there. 5 points. And that is the half.
That does it. That does it.
Oh my goodness, look at this. That was a 15-point jam. Take it to 93 to 94.
We've got a bout here, folks. You do not want to go anywhere. Or maybe you do. Maybe take a quick bathroom break. Take a trip around the venue. Look at some of these vendor booths. If you're watching from home, maybe make yourself an Egg McMuffin or whatever it does. Yeah, throw it in the microwave and then try not to have any violent reactions to that, of course. 9.5 minutes to go until we're going to come right back here out of halftime for the second period.
I can't wait. But I will. I will.
Say that more breathy next time.
I can't wait.
Oh, right. Yeah. We're set, folks. We'll see you right back here in about 9 minutes.
So with about a minute left before the next game begins, wow, that was an amazing first half. Ark Valley came out strong. Junction City had a little penalty trouble early on, managed to haul it in and substantially bring it back. Got into the lead. Then Ark Valley came and back into the lead. Very close game. I think we have some very high-scoring jams. Pain in the Bus for the Ark Valley High Rollers did a 30-point jam. And Pickle for Junction City did a 23-point jam. I think one of the things in terms of seeing the dominance here for Ark Valley for a lot of the game before Junction City was able to bring it in is that Ark Valley, 10 penalty minutes. Junction City, 18 penalty minutes.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge. And a little bit of a different story. It's a lot tighter than that on the score. I just did some quick calculations, and it's a 1-point bout right now.
And that's why we bring you on board for that tough stuff.
That's what I bring to the equation, exactly, is the quick thinking maths on the flat track. Pickle on the jam line for the ladies in white.
Pain in the Bus for Ark Valley High Rollers. You're never going to tell me if I'm saying that right.
You're saying it fine.
Okay.
You're going to make me say that you're saying it fine.
I spent the halftime practicing that. I don't know how to say bottom anymore.
You say everything just fine, okay? Everything you say is golden.
Oh, well, I figure people's names, they should, have agency over how their own name is said. I don't know, it's this crazy old-fashioned concept. 5 seconds, the game is about to begin. Well, the second half of the game. Pain in the Bus, going for that outside. Oh, they see it, they almost grab her, but they don't. And she comes through to become lead jammer.
Ichabod Splain is the lead jammer right here in the announcer's booth, by the way.
Pain in the Bus trying to get round Colonel Pickles, who's using Melfister as a fantastic anchor.
Thing.
Anchor.
Anchor's good.
I know the word. I do stuff with words. That is what I do.
That's why you're the sport talking lady.
All the sportsing, all the time. These teams are going to sports their hardest. They've been practicing this sportsing. They've been working on this sportsing. They've been visualizing sportsing, and they are bringing their sportsingest
They're
for
going to
us today.
sport the brains out of this flat track right now.
All the sports. Malibu Harpy on the jam line for the Trainwrecks. And I believe that's Zoom Flume for Ark Valley.
I think you're right. Malibu Harpy, though, is the lead jammer. I lost Zoom Flume for a moment there, like a ninja, skating through that pack. Look how fast both these jammers are going. Malibu Harpy making contact. Once again, we're seeing this continue on throughout the second period. The jammers with amazing awareness of the opposing jammer right now, and they are calling it off just in the nick of time. I don't think we've had a point scored yet in the first two jams of the second period because neither jammer is going to give anything away to the other team.
So if my calculations are correct, it's still a 1-point game.
Let's slow down, man. Just let me do some math here. Beatrix doing some math right now on the jam line.
And Pain in the Bass for Ark Valley.
Beatrix right up front there had a great jump off of it, and then she finds her inside line at the end of turn 2 and now skates away.
Pain in the Bass up on her toe stops, maintaining control, both avoiding doing a penalty and being pushed to the out. Now managing to make it to the front, up against a very tough 2-wall and a kickstand configuration. Now just up against Colonel Scott's torso. And it looks like a forearm has been called. Yes, a forearm has been called on Pain in the Bass. And the jam has been called as well.
That's right, and that's going to set up a huge power jam. Junction City jumping up ahead, and they're going to enjoy that momentum as they skate into this Jam 4 power jam. 97 points now on the board for the ladies in white, going up against Ark Valley's 93.
Ark Valley in a good position to control the Pain with a full complement of blockers on the track. Straight into a bridge, buying them some more time. Second bridge. Carefully leave it.
Lady Shatterly and Slayer Cake willing to let their jammer take care of business all on her own. And she is doing it, actually. On the outside line, Pickle is good for 5 points.
This is a jammer which, you know, scoring 23 points in the previous half. You really don't want to have in a power jam if you're Ark Valley.
No stranger to double-digit points, in other words. Pickle skating away now with 5 more points. Pushing this score up inch by inch, pass by pass. The pack has not even left the position it was at on the last pass, and now Pickle skates through, just keeping it in bounds, decides to call it off. Not before another 5 points on the board. That's a 15-point jam, bumping Junction City up to 112 points.
Giving the Trainwrecks a power start for Malibu Harpy. She'll have a few extra precious seconds to make her presence felt, as well as giving the Trainwrecks blockers a little bit of time to just do unfettered offense.
You are an eloquent speaker. I want to say that right now.
Long words soothe me.
Yeah, and I don't even actually understand the word eloquent, so I'm sort of on the other end of the spectrum here. Malibu Harpy is at the other end of the pack spectrum right now as she jams on through for the lead jammer.
Trainwrecks stringing back to make life a little bit more difficult, but smartly and sharply snapping back into a wall so they can create as much trouble as possible. Oh, and Pain in the Bass thinks she has the edge, but unfortunately one toe stop just stepped onto the outside and she's being sent off for a cut.
Wow, and Junction City is taking full advantage here of these power jams that they've been given. Malibu Harpy just trying to stay inside, but has to be recycled to the back of the pack instead, and now they're attempting to battle her way through.
A lot of agility up on the toe stops there, keeping herself just in bounds, coming through for 5 points.
The pack now resetting an interesting formation here. They're basically on the pivot line, awaiting the jammer.
4-wall with a kickstand configuration, one person facing back, bracing her teammates as well as doing eyes on the game. Unfortunately, looks like one of the powerful blockers there being sent off for a multiplayer.
Not before 5 more points. Gets thrown up onto the board by Junction City. A couple of amazing power jams here. Beatrix looking to keep this drive alive. You know, Beatrix has an interesting tattoo you guys may not have seen if you were at the after party, which you should have been last night. You probably did see it. I can't describe it here.
And the fantastic thing is, I have no idea if you were lying.
I'm always lying. Just go with that. Let your mind wander and come up with amazing imagery. Beatrix now with an amazing image at the front of the pack, skating through as your lead jammer.
Lady Shatterly preparing herself, creating a little bit of interference for Pain in the Bus, slowing her down before coming up into her wall. Very strong four wall there, now bridging back, creating as much discomfort for Pain in the Bus as possible. Now 2 skaters inverted, some nice waterfalling here, controlling the situation. Pain in the Bus picking up another 3 points. Oh no, not Beatrix. Beatrix picking up 3 points.
That's the one.
I've been told you lie all the time.
Oh, you know, whoever told you that is lying.
I think maybe you're secretly an Australian. Australians lie. That's what we do.
Is that what it is?
We lie.
Okay.
I'm lying right now.
That's why we are the perfect couple on the announcer's table. 821 Pickle on the jam line.
And based on how fantastically low that jammer is and how I couldn't see a number, I'm saying that's Zoom Flume.
Excellent derby stance starting there, we're seeing. Pickle, though, at the front of the pack, another lead jammer spot goes to Junction City.
Zoom Flume struggling against a very strong four wall. Looks like a bit of recycling there.
5 points on the board. Junction City has taken command during the second period here. As it stands now, 140 points to Ark Valley's 93. Ark Valley is stymied during this whole period.
Zoom Flume struggling against an incredibly powerful, now getting a little bit of welcome help from her friends. A whole cascade of help there. Now up against one final powerful line of defense. Oh, but unfortunately the manner in which she gets past that line of defense is through a forearm, and she's going to sit down in the penalty box for a minute. That is not what Ark Valley needs.
No, it isn't. If you're a fan of Ark Valley, it's time to stand up and shout. Give them anything you've got here. Cheer your team along because they are hurting for penalty trouble here in the second period.
But if there's one thing we've seen in this game is that we have 2 very smart teams on the track, that there might be a points deficit, but they'll keep their heads in the game. They'll reset. And it is amazing how fast 50, 60 points can be picked up. But it's all about keeping your head in that game and readjusting, resetting, and as always, skating clean.
Of course, skating cleanly. No, not cleanly through the pack. I misspoke. Malibu Harpy is going to take a seat in the penalty box. That's going to spring free Zoom Flume, who now comes up against Lady Shatterly at the back of the pack and is trying to skate through.
Some fantastic Big love to our EMTs and all the volunteers who help to take care of our skaters, assess things, and make sure that everybody gets the best possible care in this incredibly dedicated and passionate sport.
Absolutely right. That was a big hit. Looked like to the face, actually. We're going to see what happens here. Zoom Flume. I want to get her right back up on those skates is what we want to see. Don't forget, folks, all of the girls you see out here are doing this all the time. They have a passion for this sport. As a spectator, it is your duty to love these girls, give them all the derby love you can, cheer for them every time you see them, say hi, give them a hug, whatever it takes. This is a full contact sport, and this is no joke.
And these are athletes that not only train hard day in, day out, but they're also the volunteers who manage their leagues. They're the ones doing the marketing. They're the ones probably doing the cleaning. They're the ones.
Better believe it, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that occurs here behind the scenes happens because of these ladies and on the flat track. And when you see these hard hits being taken, I mean, you got to realize these girls are out here doing what they love, and it's doing it for your entertainment.
And big love to our non-skating volunteers who also who have caught the bug, have caught the virus. Even though they don't get the joy of hitting people on the track, they still give us so much of their time.
They don't get that joy, but we love them the same. I want to point out right now, although you may not see it, what's happening on the flat track right now is the skating officials creating a protective barrier around the down skater, as they will do. Nothing but love on the flat track here, as our head EMT, Jamie, is hard at work.
And in terms of the priorities of the referees, safety is always the #1 concern in terms of what they're looking at, the action on the track. That is the #1 concern. Then there's penalties, then there's pack definition, then there's penalties, then there's points. Or it might be points and penalties. They're both kind of important.
In either case, point taken though, absolutely.
But safety.
These refs are out here to make sure, we play a safe game. We make sure these girls remain upright and on their quads.
Big hand for Zoom Flume. So there are going to be a few minutes now so we can clean up the track. As we say, safety is the #1 concern. So in terms of, safety #1 concern. And in terms of, I think we should send some love to our sponsors now while the cleanup happens.
That's a good idea.
So DJ Rich Nice, if you feel like music is sometimes better than just us talking to you all the time, maybe we could come to your homes, maybe you could Skype us and we'll just speak you to sleep or talk to your party for several hours. If that doesn't do it for you, DJ Rich Nice is there for you. He's the DJ for the Slaughter County Roller Vixens. He's amazing, guaranteed to bring higher energy to your event. Find him on Facebook, DJ Rich Nice, and drop him a line. DJ Rich Nice, the official mixmaster of the Slaughter County Roller Vixens.
Better believe it, man. He is all about serious business on the wheels of steel, man. Speaking of serious business, Zoom Flume able to get off the track. She's sitting up now. She looks like a gladiator right now, and she is one over there on the sidelines. Man, she's a tough girl. Getting worked on right now still by the EMTs, but we love to see Zoom Flume upright and sitting in an upright position right now.
if any of you haven't had a chance to look at the memorial and various things over there for the featured charity Sally Santana's Funds for the Homeless, the voice of the homeless in Kitsap counties, Sally Santana is known in the community for her faith and values column in the Kitsap Sun every other Saturday, and for the volunteers she works primarily around hunger and homeless. Go check it out. Help us slaughter homelessness. So in terms of what happened there, whenever there is a timeout like that, I know people are sometimes wondering if there's going to be a call. There's a no call on that action because unfortunately it was her own teammate that struck her in the nose with the elbow.
Correct. Yeah, we had a bird's eye view here from the announcer's table, so we saw that entire event unfold from here.
It was a magnificent offense, creating a screen for the Jammer. Unfortunately, one loose elbow just happened to collide.
That's what happens, yeah. And Zoom Flume had a great line on the inside, too, so that was unfortunate for Ark Valley. They're going to try to keep that drive alive, though. But right now, it looks like Malibu Harpy is breaking through the front of that pack, and that's good for 5 points on the board.
Pain in the Boss finding an opening on the outside to get... She gets held up on that final line of defense, now fighting against a very powerful three-wall here. A kind of dangled chain of pain. Dangled chain of pain now turning into a three-wall with a kickstand.
You're a wordsmith. I want
Finding
you to know
that hole on the outside. We have one Jammer on her initial pass, another Jammer, 5 points. Natural Grand Slam.
Nacho Sleaze taking her turn out there. She's going to be going up against Beatrix. Beatrix dancing her way to the jam line. Always appreciated.
Whoop, whoop. I'm very cool.
Sound effects provided by Ichabod Splain.
Pain in the Boss getting lower for the Ark Valley High Rollers. Seeking a hole on the inside, unfortunately gets cycled right back, creating an opportunity for Beatrix, comes through be lead Jammer.
Meanwhile, Nacho Sleaze still trying to get by this pack. Junction City putting up a great wall up front, and a parting shot sends her through the pack and trying to do her scoring pass, but no, instead Beatrix calls it off with a 4-point pass.
And now it is Pain in the Boss. 710, 711.
I don't know if you guys knew this, but Ichabod Splain can see into the future. Sometimes it comes up. We don't like to focus on it, though.
I can see through time. Five seconds, and now we're off. White 13 called for a multiplayer. That soccer ball's gonna sit for a minute.
Pickle, your lead Jammer. How many times am I gonna say that during this bout? Pickle has been consistently on top of these jams.
I don't think she'll ever get sick of that sound. Some very agile holding Pain in the Boss for quite some time with the 2-wall.
Pickle attempting to leapfrog over Vulgar Vixen, her own teammate, and then splaying out on the jam line and calling it off. Not before scoring 4 points, though.
And if you too want to get the power to see through time through the power of fantastic cuisine, go to the Salad Shack and grab a sausage burrito, veggie burrito, bagels, and cream cheese.
That sounds pretty good.
The favorite food for all time travelers.
That sounds pretty good. Early in the morning here.
Nacho Sleaze back on the jam line.
She's going to be against Malibu Harpy, who looks to the outside, but instead gets just stuffed back to the inside.
Nacho Sleaze held back by a very, very vigorous 3-wall. Now just a final line of turns. A bit of a torso to try to hold her back, but she manages to slip past that sternum hold and come out to be lead Jammer.
Malibu Harpy trying to get by Smithereens there up front. She does find her way to the inside line, begins her scoring pass.
Nacho Sleaze assessing where the holes and the gaps might be. Seeks the outside and manages to hold it. Yes, 4 points.
Ark Valley taking advantage of that lead Jammer position. They're going to try and let that momentum work for them here as they're trying to break through the 100-point mark.
Beatrix on the Jammer line.
Who's she skating against?
I've done one. It's your turn now. You said the other one.
That's Pain in the Bass. Pain in the Bass on the jam line for the girls in black. Beatrix on that inside line, snuck through like a ninja there. I don't think they even saw that coming.
Pain in the Bass testing the outside a few times, decides not to take the candy, then sees a true opening on the out to get to the final two people line of the defense. Out of play is called, and they have to let her go.
Yeah, Colonel Skirts is doing some amazing stopping here up front, chewing all kinds of time off the clock for these jammers. 4 points on the board for Beatrix, though. That's Pickle donning the blue Jammer Star. Well, I guess they're both blue. The white Jammer Panty.
Nacho Sleaze in black with the blue star.
Yeah. 2 blue stars.
And it's the Trainwrecks with both the backline wall and a 4-3 advantage. Creating a very vigorous hold there.
Pickle, your lead jammer, yet again.
In your new skates.
That's right. The crazy skates, as it were.
A nice hold there by Nacho Sleaze. They almost push it to the out, but she manages to hold it, stick it, sip on through, limit that damage.
And Pickle leaving just a line of smashed up skaters in her wake as she busts through that pack.
We've been seeing some excellent skating from both sides.
We are, and that's, I gotta say, I'm impressed, having been woken up very early in the morning. I'm very impressed by the play that we're seeing right now. Intensity all the way through the second period as well. A lot of stamina going on right here.
Pain in the Bass for Ark Valley. And that's Malibu Harpy for the Trainwrecks.
Harpy got a no harm, no foul. Allowed her to come back inside, not be recycled all the way to the back, and now she's trying to break through those last 2 blockers. She does. That's your lead jammer.
Pain in the Bass. Tested the outside, inside, no joy there. Found the in, but got held up at that last line of defense. Now fighting against a very strong 3-wall and a kickstand configuration.
Once again, it's Colonel Skirts there, kind of leading the way for the blocking line of Junction City. On the offensive side, however, Malibu Harpy is going to get 5 more points.
Some very impressive defensive work here. Pain in the Bass managing to get some momentum. Takes the out, doesn't manage to get past it, but just finds that edge she can push on, speed them up, forcing an out of play. So they have to let her go.
It's gotta get done. It has to get done. Beatrix back on that jam line. There's no rest here. They got a pretty tight jammer rotation going on.
Yes, indeed. Another familiar face, 711, Nacho Sleaze for Ark Valley. That's my electricity arcing.
Oh, I thought that was like melted cheese or something.
No, that's like the zing of electricity.
Okay.
From the excitement of the high voltage Ark Valley roller coaster.
Oh, I see.
Arcing electricity.
Arc. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Got it. Okay.
Nacho Sleaze sees that hole on the inside, having used her force to force people a little bit more to the out. Very nicely done grabbing that hole.
Beatrix, meanwhile, in and out of that pack, 5 points, or 4 points, I'm sorry. Cleanly done.
Five on 5 on the track, always nice to see.
Oh, yes.
Another thing that's nice to see is SureGrip, SureGrip.com. SureGrip is the leading manufacturer of high-end and recreational roller grips and roller skate accessories. Since 1937, SureGrip has been the foremost developer of roller skates, quad skates, inline skates. Go try on their skates, try their wheels, do stuff with them, and choose a zombie combination that fits your skating style and surface.
Excellent, excellent. Right up at the front of the pack here. It's Colonel Skirts again on defense, and that's going to leave the door wide open for Pickle to skate through. pain in the Bass actually had a great jump off the line, but was stymied at the front of the pack there. Once again, we're seeing some amazing defensive work thrown together by Junction City.
Pickle doing her trademark pirouette as she assesses the forewall for holes. I imagine it's trademarked. I'm trademarking it for her.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Yeah. Everything you hear Ichabod Splain say is patent pending.
I'm looking for a witty retort right now.
You'll find one.
I will.
You'll find one. You got 10 minutes.
I'll call you at 3 a.m. 711 Nacho Sleeves for the Ark Valley High Rollers. And I believe that's Malibu Harpy.
That is Malibu Harpy, that's right. Both jammers had nestled right up against each other there and are now attacking this pack. Both going up against the opposing packs respectively now. Malibu Harpy smashing her way through the back there.
And looks like that wall by the Trainwrecks just a little bit strong through a bit of help from a multiplayer. They're going to be down Lady Shadley. And now it looks like a low block has been assessed on one of the Ark Valley High Rollers. Anita cut a bitch. Hit a bitch.
Malibu Harpy, meanwhile, skates through 5 more points for the ladies in white as Nacho Sleaze is just doing everything she can. She finally does. No, I'm sorry, she doesn't make it through the pack. Instead, she goes to the sin bin. Looks like it may have been a forearm.
A lot of sudden and rapid penalties here. Lead Betty and Killer B, the only blockers for Ark Valley on the track. Some impressive work there. Holding her back just for a few seconds is so valuable.
Malibu Harpy skating through in this power jam here. 5 more points on the board as Junction City has now broken through the 200-point mark with a commanding lead here with under 9 minutes left to go. As it stands, Junction City 210 points to Ark Valley's 98.
Astonishing.
Astonishing to say the least. Beatrix readies herself for battle on the jam line. The officials readying themselves as well. And there it is. There's the whistle. Beatrix takes off. Light pack for Ark Valley here. And there it is. Almost immediately. It's split. They got to let Beatrix go on by.
Trainwrecks holding themselves a goat, trying to give themselves a little help to their jammer. And they give a different kind of help with their jammer by the enthusiasm of the Ark Valley to get with her buddies, unfortunately, means she got a back block.
Beatrix frantically trying to call it off there after scoring those 4 points. Couldn't quite get the 5th point. Sorosa says, no, that was a no pass, no penalty, but you still don't get any points for it, lady.
But, you know, not spending time in the box is something I'm always a fan of.
I've always said that. Pickle.
You're a no-box kind of man.
Spending time at the front of the pack now as she is, your lead jammer.
Nacho Sleaze back on the track. Up against a pretty fierce forewall here. But we've seen some strong pushing and agility from Nacho Sleaze. Takes a quick shoulder check, but immediately back up again. She's pushing this kickstand configuration pretty fast, but unfortunately is swallowed up.
Right, both Pickle and Nacho Sleaze there were neck and neck for a moment there in the middle of that pack. Blockers knocking them this way and that, but Pickle ends up breaking free for 5 points.
Josie Ken Sokoho providing some great assistance by a jammer by hitting out Queen Sokoho, Queen Labicha. Too many laws.
And it looks like bad news. I missed the call, but we are going to set up a power jam here for Ark Valley. Pickle was bad. And now she's going to sit down and think about it for a while.
Back block assessed on 217, Anita hit a bitch.
Did we just have a star pass? Or not?
Yes, we did. We had a star pass. Queen Labicha, now the jammer. Unfortunately, going to the penalty box for a back block.
Boy, the hits just keep on coming out here. Ark Valley trying to put themselves back into this bout.
And the jam is called for time.
We're going to have an official review called by Ark Valley. Ark Valley is going to want to take another look at that one and see what the heck's going on. Probably going to try to make sure that their jammer, going to try and spring their jammer free, I think, is what's going to happen here. But
that's what I would do.
Well, sure.
Be free. Be free.
That's what anybody would do.
That is a very full penalty box.
No room at the end over there, man. Yeah, it's tight going on. During these breaks, be sure and check out some of these vendor booths that are here. One of the vendor booths is Green Monster, spelled minus a few vowels, GRNMNSTR.
Green Monster.
GreenMonster.com. Check them out, greenmonster.com on the internet. They're continuing to bring you the best available products for roller derby, roller skating, and always staying true to the sport. Check them out over there in their booth. Dance your way over if you must.
100% more dancing.
Oh, jeez.
So if you don't get like getting snagged up or caught up on things, make sure you check out Pivot Star, one of our other venues. Pivot Star now make uniforms, comfortable athletic shirts that don't snag on Velcro. Try one today at the Pivot Star booth and get entered to win $50 to spend at pivotstar.com. Pivot Star alternative athletic apparel. That's right. Go check out stuff, touch with your hands shiny fabric, and they will potentially reward you for $50 just for touching.
The last time I did that, I actually was ordered to stay 500 feet away from the booth. But apparently they've changed their idea now, and you're welcome to touch things in the Pivot Star booth. Fine. No problem. No problem, Lulu.
You're welcome to touch consensual things. Just remember,
Is that it?
double up, yes means yes.
That's my new motto for this entire weekend now, is that yes means yes. Remember that. When you're at the after party tonight, folks, the after party is not going to be at the Baymont. We've got a correction, an addendum, however you want to say it. It's not going to be at the Baymont tonight. There will be a party shuttle, though, available to take you to and fro to McLeod's. McLeod's is where the after party is going to be. I think they're on Perry Avenue, just up here. If you got yourself a program, get those directions and address from the program, which, by the way, are only $2 right now. Everything must go in the Slaughter County Roller Vixens merch booth there underneath the mezzanine. Pick yourself up a program and get yourself the address for the after party tonight at McLeod's. Once again, do not worry, you won't be stranded at the hotel with no after party. There will be a party bus available to bring you to and fro.
Yay!
There will be dancing, there will be karaoke, and there will be plenty of derby shenanigans, to be sure.
Will you be dancing? Will you be bringing the music from your soul?
That's all I bring, is the dance.
So the official review was about that back block on the Ark Valley Jammer, the coal stands. A worthy attempt by Ark Valley. If you could spring a jammer, go for it. But the back block was in the back block zone.
Right. Got to try it. We've got no jammers here. Or wait, there's 5 jammers. What's going on? No, I'm just kidding. There's no jammers. Those are all blockers right now.
3-2 pack advantage to Ark Valley, but I have a spidey sense that it's going to be the train racks that are going to be released first. But first we're going to have another official timeout. Make sure all the T's are crossed and I's dotted.
There we go, class in session.
I love that swoopy, swoopy, swirly, swirly whistle. Derby is coming.
The swirly, swirly whistle.
Yeah. Swoopy, swoopy, swirly, swirly whistle.
Oh, is that?
The swoop is essential.
I can't say that, actually, but I'm going to trust you.
I would not lie to you.
That's a lie.
And Pickle released from the box. Arc Valley strung out to try to buy some time, but unfortunately don't wall up quite in time for Pickle's incredible agility leaping on the inside, the jammer.
Oh, that's right. Little miscommunication there defensively for Arc Valley. That let Pickle skate right on by. Now they have consolidated their efforts, though. Nacho Sleaze gets a great shoulder check on Pickle. Nonetheless, Pickle's going to skate by with 5 more points on the board for Junction City.
Queen Labicha released from the box now. Queen Labicha forced to recycle, getting a little help from her friends, and looks like a little bit of helping with a little bit of defense here before she can find a nice angle. Does she make? Almost makes it through. Pushed to the outside by White 1-3 Melfista.
Meanwhile, Pickle just staying in bounds there and getting 5 more points before calling it off. Just under 5 minutes now left to go in legal play. Arc Valley's going to attempt to tighten this up considerably, do whatever they can as Pain in the Bass makes her way to the jam line.
And that's Malibu Hoppy for the train wreck.
Tic-tac flow there, adjusting her fellow blockers, making sure that they are awaiting Pain in the Bass, who runs into a big white wall there.
Malibu Hoppy tries to take the mid-inside, pushed right back down by Killer B.
And up front, Pack gets just a little too strung out as Pain in the Bass is set free, and that's your lead jammer for Arc Valley.
Very agile work there. Malibu Hoppy pushed to the out by Anita Hitovich.
Pain in the Bass once again making contact, and I mean full contact with this Pack. Very physical, shoving and juking and jiving and doing whatever she can do to try and make her way by. And she does make it through that last line defense. 5 points on the board.
A little bit of a battle here about who gets what strategic position. Blockers hitting blockers while they wait for the jammers, trying to get the best spot. And both jammers getting 2 points. Amazing.
What an amazing effort there. Mayhem Miller now on the jam line.
Soccer balls on the jam line for Arc Valley.
That's the 5-second call, and there's the whistle. Mayhem Miller looking for that inside line, and now being shoved around whichever way they see fit. Arc Valley is not letting anything get through there. What a big, strong wall up front.
Soccer ball's trying to find the strategic angle to either push this team faster or make a hole. But it is a fierce wall up there right now. Managed to get through, but unsurprisingly, it's Colonel Skirts' sternum that she has to get past at the end. Colonel Skirts very, very agile, skating backwards. Very, very skilled use there.
Right,
both people skating clean, pushing clean. Who can push hardest is the question. Oh, and swallowed right up.
Yep, little bit of a pileup there. Actually opened up the door for Mayhem Miller. Was able to jump over it and get 5 points.
Soccer ball's up against Colonel Skirts once more. Hit down by 1-3 soccer balls. Oh, by Melfista. Wrong 1-3.
Back up at the front of the pack is Mayhem Miller. Arc Valley attempting to bridge as to not mess up the pack too bad with a big hip check. Smashed her to smithereens. Knocking Mayhem Miller all the way back to the back of the pack. She's gonna have to do that whole turn over again. Soccer balls, though, not having any more luck up front as she tries to get around and is now recycled herself. Mayhem Miller still trying to get through. Boy, right at the end of this bout, both defenses here are just smashing these two jammers. This is a hard fought jam here. All 5 points Mayhem Miller has scored have been painful points. And there's the jam. My goodness gracious. Right at the end there, it's all about the stamina. We're going to see if we can possibly squeeze out one more jam during this bout.
And a mysterious beanied man just handed me a message saying, Canucks may be interested. WFTDA ref test at 11 a.m. in the Eagle's Nest. Sounds like code to me.
That is code. Those crazy Canadians. Pain in the Bass against Pickle. I think we've seen this matchup before. We're going to see what both these jammers can do with it. This is possibly the last jam of the bout. If you had anything left to give these Derby girls, now's the time. Stand up and cheer. Yell, hoot, and holler.
Cheer for your teams! Do you love Derby?
Oh my goodness. Both jammers making contact there on turn one and both careening out of bounds as Pickle calls it off.
And that is the game.
Wow, the craziest bout that ever there was.
That was fiercely fought.
Absolutely fiercely fought. As the score stands now, the unofficial score, because we have to wait the thumbs up as it were, from the referees. As it stands, it's Junction City way up ahead, 241 points to Ark Valley's 108 points. Both of these teams, yeah, just battling it out the entire time. That first period alone was an amazing back and forth, and a few penalties early on cost Ark Valley a little bit of momentum there in the second half, and we saw Junction City just take full advantage of the jammer in the box.
Absolutely. We saw some terrific defensive work. We saw some incredibly agile skaters. These are hard walls to bust past.
Better believe it, yeah. Yeah, both teams right up until the end. A lot of fierce competition going on, and that's what impresses me. I'm winded just standing up here for more than 15 minutes at a time. These girls are out here skating non-stop at 100% the entire bout. You've got to appreciate that kind of athleticism.
I'm seeing calculators in action. I am seeing paces pacing. I think we're very close to the official final.
Ichabod Splain sees this many calculators. She begins to get a little bit aroused. I've seen it happen, folks. Just calm down, lady. All right? Yeah.
Yeah, they can't see me waving my hand. There's me waving my hand. That's a physical thing, which people can't hear.
I've seen it. I've seen it a million times. Yeah.
That doesn't work. That really, blowing on the microphone is not the same as waving your hand. Score is good! Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Junction City Roller Dolls Train Wrecks! Oh my goodness, Canadian Bacon thinks she's Australian, is doing it the down under reverse direction way. I know, what?
Borealis effect on the flat track, is that what we're seeing?
That's right, that's right.
Okay.
Canadian, it's like Australian.
And ladies and gentlemen, the Ark Valley High Rollers.
Well done.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. We're going to come right back at it here. Day 3 is well underway. Stay tuned, folks.
Get your hands ready to give some love. On this track next will be the Cherry City Derby Girls versus the Bellingham Roller Betties.